I'm going to show you how to make a mosaic on your computer. Now the first thing you need to do is go into Safari because you're on your iPad, not a computer. Safari, and go into drive.google.com. You are not going to the Google Drive app, you are going to drive.google.com. Once you're in there, make sure you are logged in and then click on New, More, Google Drawings. You won't have this little pop-up. You are going to change the name of it to your first name, last name, and call it maybe Mosaic because we're doing a mosaic. The other thing you need to do is at some point you need to take a picture. So it could be a picture you take or a picture you find off the computer, the internet. But I think it's more interesting to use one that you did. So you're going to go to Insert, Image, Upload from your computer or from your iPad. It might look a little different on your iPad. You're going to find the picture that you did. I'm using dog. Click on one of the corner boxes and enlarge it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start to draw polygons on here. So first I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to start over here. So zoom is this magnifying glass with the plus on it. And I'm going to zoom in. And then I'm going to click on my line tool right here. And I'm going to do the polyline. The polyline's important. And I'm going to start to draw different shapes on here. I tend to stick to the triangle, but you could do other shapes. You're going to try to match the color behind it. So the color behind it's pretty whitish gray. I'm going to get rid of the outline and make it transparent. And I'm going to keep filling it in with a bunch of different shapes that match the color behind it. Now you want to put these shapes close together, but you don't want them to touch. And the smaller you make the shapes, the better it is. So the more you do, the better. When you go to switch to a different color, you're just going to draw shapes over there, and then you're going to change your fill color. So this one's kind of a grayish, a dark gray, maybe even a black. It's up to you. And you're going to fill in your entire picture this way. If you notice you make a mistake and you maybe make a touch or you make a shape too big, click the select tool, click on the object you want, and you can double click on it and these purple dots come up, and then you can just click it and move it. And you are going to fill in your entire picture doing this way. Pay attention to the colors that are behind it because you want to make it match as much as possible so that your shapes almost blend in completely. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out after I do all of that. So click on the magnifying glass, you can click Fit, and I'm going to draw a big box behind it. Oops, I didn't click on my box tool. So I'm going to click on Shape, Shape, click on a rectangle, and I'm going to draw a big box that fills in my entire screen. I'm going to change it to black, but because I have a black dog, I'm actually going to make it a gray color. I'm going to send it to the back. So arrange, order, send to back. That's going to come in handy later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend some time and I'm going to fill in all of my shapes. And then when I come back, you'll see what my mosaic looks like and we'll show you how to finish it. Okay, I finished adding all of my details. So I want to show you what it looks like now. And then what I'm going to do is click on my background picture, which you can add a background to. I just chose not to. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one last check. So I'm going to go to Arrange, Order, Send to Back. I'm going to make sure I like it. I didn't miss anything. So to me, it looks good. Then I'm going to click on that picture again. It's hiding the background, and I'm going to delete it because you no longer need it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to crop it. So let's see. On here, ooh, maybe not. Well, I guess I'm not cropping it super easily. What you could do is add a shape and a square. And you can kind of put a square around the main part of your picture. And I will make it see-through because I want to make sure I see everything. And I'm going to add a nice thick border. And that'll make any bumpy lines kind of go away. Okay, now, a couple tips that I found while I was doing this. I really used my zoom a lot because the closer you get in, the better it is. I also not only used my polyline, I used my scribble tool. So I used my scribble tool to make those curved lines here and down here. I found it easier. And what I did is I just picked a color and I made it a thicker line. And I also used the shape tool here and used the circle to do the eyeball. So that's okay. I originally had my background black, but then I realized, wait a second, part of my dog is black. That's not going to work having black on black. So you can change this background square to any color you want, whatever you think, and you can play with it. Ooh, I do not like that one. That one's no good. Oh, now I can't see my ball. So it's up to you. You can really play with it and you can find the one that works for you. Make sure a lot of those parts of the picture are not actually in your artwork. And that, my friends, is how you do a photo collage. Oh, one more thing. If you found you made a mistake or put two objects too close together, like right here, I can kind of see this one too close together. I can click my select tool up here. I can zoom in on it. Okay, now I'll click my select tool, if it lets me. Oh, you know why it's not letting me? Because my background frame is in my way, so I'm going to send that to the back for now. Okay, let's see. I'm going to click this and I can move it around with my cursor. You can also double click on it and you see how it turned purple? I can move those little lines, move the dot to line it up exactly where I want it to be. So you can kind of play with it a little bit. Okay, so one more time I'm going to zoom out. So underneath the magnifying glass, I'm going to do fit. And you can see what it looks like. And actually, instead of adding a square around it, I could just use this box and add a border and get rid of my square altogether. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to make this have a black border and we're going to make it a thicker border. And then I'm just going to get rid of this box. And that is how I do my mosaic. Enjoy.